Hello and welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about the differences between SAN and NAS. So we'll be covering their differences in terms of architecture, access methods, and probably some use cases. So what is SAN? So SAN is nothing but storage area network. So it's a high-speed network of several interconnected devices operating as a data storage. So there are multiple devices, and these devices work together, and you have one data storage unit that's comprising of multiple devices. So SAN connects directly to a server, computer, or a host through fiber channel technology, and creates separate network dedicated to data transfers. So if you want to go deep into SAN, there are many references out there, and I hope the basic definition of SAN is known. So also the creation of this additional network frees up LAN bandwidth and reduces latency issues. So when a server accesses data on SAN, the operating system recognizes it as a local hard drive, and which also endures and ensures quick access and processing speeds. So since SAN system is a cluster of devices that is working together in currents, so it offers a high level of redundancy. So your data is copied and is available at multiple devices. So if one device fails, the other comes into play and carries out whatever tasks the failed devices were doing. So yeah, redundancy, and there is always multiple devices. There are multiple devices to rely on if one malfunctions. That is what I said. And SAN are also highly scalable. That is, you can scale it vertically or horizontally as per needs. So now, what is NAS? Now, NAS is network attached storage. So it's a device used exclusively as a single centralized storage location for multiple devices on a network. So okay, there is one storage device that stores all data, and other devices on the network will access that storage. So that is network attached storage. So an NNS device connects directly to a switch, a network switch that is, or a router on an existing network, usually via Ethernet, and also drivers arranged in a RAID configuration. Also, hope you know what RAID configurations are for redundancy. So yeah, either ways, you need redundancy. So to have your data accessible at all times, even though there is or there are failures. So once connected, NAS allows data to be accessed as a shared folder by other computers and devices on the network. As I said before, one storage devices, and this storage device holds all the data, and the rest of the devices in a network can access this data stored in that particular storage device. Now, okay, so an NAS system is relatively affordable and convenient to set up. That is, so user permissions are easily administered, and files can be available to a single user or a group of users. As I said before, it's shared, and access can range from basic to full. So basic access, in the sense you can access them to just read, uh, execute, and full access might be you can read them, change them, that is, write to them, and execute them, and other basic commands that are given to the users to make full access. To maximize data protection, NAS also makes it possible to configure automatic backups to other devices on the cloud. So this is one way security is set up in NAS. So however, there is one thing. As I said before, uh, in SAN, the creation of this additional network frees up LAN bandwidth that is, and also reduces latency issues. So now in NAS, the local area network has high traffic because obviously it's used by multiple users, and users may experience delays or have limited access to files. So going ahead, we'll talk about the advantages. So advantages of SAN is that facilitates rapid data access. So immediate data access creates a separate network to reduce LAN traffic. As I said before, it's distributed in multiple devices, so that is reduced LAN traffic. Highly scalable, excellent redundancy, and fast backups. Those are for the SAN. And now for the NAS, relatively inexpensive, that is, because one storage unit and this is connected to multiple devices, and simply, okay, it's simple to set up, easy administration because there's one device or one storage unit, and this can be administered easily, and remote access is easy in NAS, data redundancy obviously, and automatic backups. Now the disadvantages of both. So the disadvantage of SAN is that it's high price point, complexity to set it up, and needs more technical knowledge, and its running cost might be higher. And that of NAS is LAN may become more congested. Yeah, this is one very big problem with NAS. File transfer speeds may lag, not highly scalable. So there is not much, but they speak a lot. So the overall differences of both. So here are the differences. So we both know, since we all know, SAN stands for storage area networks and NAS are network attached storage. So in SAN, data is identified by a disk block as a huge unit is divided into disk blocks and then stored. And in NAS, data is identified by the file name because it's one storage device, file name, as well as the byte offset. So how big the file is and how it's divided. That is. So in SAN, the file system is managed by servers, whereas in NAS, a file system is managed by a head unit. So in SAN, the setup cost and technical knowledge is more, uh, while comparing that to NAS is less. So protocols used in SAN are SCSI, which is Small Computer System Interconnect or Interface, and SATA, which is Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, and many others also. So the main protocols used in NAS, that is, are file servers and CIFS. Sorry. Uh, okay, so for backups and recovery in SAN, block by block copying technique is used. So okay, and for NAS, files are used. So as I said before, huge chunks of data are divided into data blocks in SAN, whereas in NAS these are stored as files and data offsets or byte offsets are used to locate them. As I said before, based off of that, to provide data redundancy or backup and recovery, these data blocks are copied in SAN, whereas in NAS, file systems or files, that is, files are used. So SAN needs more time and effort in organizing and controlling, as I said before. Needs higher technical knowledge to operate. NAS is easy to manage and provides a simple interface for organizing and controlling. Self-explanatory. And SAN does not depend on the LAN and uses high-speed fiber channel network. So this is very important. Whereas NAS needs TCP/IP networks and depends on the LAN. Provides congestion. So it's not that good, but depends on the use case. So SAN is mostly used in enterprise environments, that's huge companies and stuff. And whereas NAS is applications include small-sized organizations, high-speed and homes. So SAN has lower latency, whereas NAS has higher latency compared to SAN. Moving ahead. So now SAN supports virtualization. So what is virtualization? So in storage, virtualization means a physical storage or hardware that is mapped onto a virtual volume, and then this constructs a simple virtual storage environment. You could say. So as I said before, there are multiple storage units that are mapped together to form one storage unit virtually. That is, you might feel okay. There is just one storage unit, but behind in the physical world, there are multiple devices that are working together to bring about this virtualization. So NAS does not support virtualization, whereas SAN does support virtualization. So the working of NAS is affected by network traffic and bottlenecks, and the working of SAN is not. So these are the differences you could say. So moving ahead, what's right for you? So choosing the right storage. So this comes down to your use case. So which do you want? What affects you the most? So it comes down to what matters most for your storage needs. That's what I said. So consider nuances like cost, setup time, speed, accessibility, protection, and scalability. Both NAS and SAN have a lot to offer and are very useful. So you might even decide to invest in both. So thanks for watching. Cheerio.